Let's meet the second place 4-1 Atlanta Attack, led by their head coach, Mustafa Minkins. And now let's meet the 2-2 DC Destroyers, led by their head coach, Barry Hunter. Now it's time to begin Atlanta and DC, Week 7 of Team Combat League. Filfi Mai, Aloe Fiva, and Tyreshia Douglas. Fiva for Atlanta. She's wearing good right hook already for Fiva. Fiva coming out, throwing some big shots towards Tyreshia Douglas.
Yeah, Tyreshia Douglas looks like she wants to counterpunch a little bit, and red corner is just all over. Team Atlanta is not giving her any space.
Over DC, they would take sole possession of first place, upending New York. And look at Fiva go, making her TCL debut.
Yeah, Fiva is looking to put the heat on her, and they're not trying to give DC that open look that you were just talking about, not really being offensive. So, you know, this is an easy walk-em-down fight for Fiva.
Well, for Douglas, typically she's the one that is the table setter. Fiva continues to press the issue. Now Douglas throwing a jab followed by a left, but look at Fiva go. Fiva's winning this round in convincing fashion.
Absolutely, and Fiva's looking to pick up the bonus points. I don't know if Team Douglas, if Douglas was ready to get out there and fight. I mean, she win on that night, and tonight he has a game Breedy in front of him, and Breedy likes to throw hooks. You know, this is a testament of height versus power. You know, the one guy's going to try to stick and move and get up out of there, and he's looking to get those hooks around that guard, around those shoulders. He's just going to cover and throw hard. You know, he's missing a little bit, and he's a little bit off with his distance, and that's a good testament to Marcel Davison. But
that first round, by the way, Bubba, 10-9 Atlanta, big right hook,
that
upstairs by Breedy.
He's been looking for it, that he's going for, and then moving out of the way, because that's the only thing that Breedy is throwing is hooks.
Barry Hunter, the head coach of DC, telling Kobia Breedy, keep coming forward.
Breedy is missing the target.
Under 20 seconds to go in what has been a compelling second round.
Smart, you know, peppering with that too if the guy gets in too close, and just keeping him away with the jab. It's amazing with Michael Fox, or Mike Fox, excuse me, because he told me during our interview.
His brother, Alontes Fox, also fights as well. Alontes said, hey, I want to get in the mix with Team Combat League as well.
Yeah,
it's unique, it's fast. You're seeing a couple straight lefts by Mike Fox.
And that's frustration right there. To just maneuver and move out of the way with his experience and his 12-round etiquette.
There is a cut above the two most accomplished fighters in Team Combat League. Khalid is 6-1 with a knockout and a knockdown. Quincy 7-0, including 2 hard-fought wins last week against Diane DePestre, the Dallas Star. He comes in at 160, so this is a big matchup, and they're starting strong.
And both of them are looking for the pride of their team. It looks like Johnson is a little bit more aggressive than undefeated streak.
Also want to send a special lot to Cynthia Conti, a member of our broadcast team. Cynthia, a bit under the weather this week.
Cynthia.
And we saw that Javon Davis just won the previous round. Atlanta's on top, 30-27. They have swept
left. I still couldn't tell you who's more dominant.
They're
both fighting well.
Our viewer, give us your thoughts on who you believe is winning this one.
I think Quincy Williams is doing that's a drop.
Down it goes!
Oh, that's a drop.
Khalid Johnson.
Ladies and gentlemen, that left hook meant something to him. And I was just getting ready to say that Quincy Williams is doing a great job countering and weathering the storm. Khalid Johnson is bringing the storm. He loves the storm. He loves the intensity, and that's what got him exposed. Even still, he's coming as if he's not the hurt fighter. And the way Khalid Johnson likes to fight, I'm pretty sure within this last 30 seconds.
Oh boy, he got wobbled again.
He did with a good left hook.
Williams wobbled him again. Can he hang on and not taste the deck? Down he goes. This one's over. Oh my goodness.
Swing that DC needed because Atlanta was all over it.
Let's look at the knockdown, Bubba.
Man, that was a good left hook right here. Here it comes to get him that knockdown. We're going to look at it. He's fighting backwards. Boom. Oh, it might have been a 2 that got him a little earlier. A little showboating there, a little entertainment. And he got up feeling that shot.
Also, it was a left hook to the body that I think really
left
started
hook to the body
him.
right there, and then boom, right hand right there.
Over the top.
Drops him right behind that ear.
We mentioned about
you can have 3 guys come out and not do anything, and then 1 guy for the opposite team come out and do as much as the other team. It was in the last 30 seconds where they turned that tide.
We are now at they were down, and boy, did they get a breath of life with Quincy Williams' stoppage of Khalid Johnson, which I could not have seen that coming.
I didn't see it coming, but Quincy Williams not having a loss in this TCL definitely puts him in position to do big things for Williams as a roller. Hey, let's go out here and get definitely the win, but he got a lot of points out of that 10-7 victory.
That'll end round 5.
Understanding that he is one of the baddest on the planet.
Good stiff jab for Devon Young, I think. Young
Start of it.
jab followed by the right hand for Devon Young. Dante White hasn't really done anything significant thus far.
He's getting pushed back all over the ring, but he is actually leading the dance. That was a good 3-punch combination right there. I mean, fighting has the best understanding that jab is the most important punch. It's the most important punch. It's the temperature finder. It's the range finder. It's the offense peekaboo. It's the setup to your offense.
He said, even if I wasn't a fighter for TCL, I'd still be a fan. These teams come to fight every week. Nick D getting ready for the LA 10 Goose. Whiteman, what's your thoughts? And chime in on the conversation in the live chat here on the TCL YouTube page.
Almost a drop
Beautiful
there
left hook by Dupe Akinola. Yeah. And has been a stalwart, big right hand over the top.
Yeah, good counterpunch there.
She has been just, once again, they've built up a lead.
Yeah, Atlanta's doing a good job of being the better team right now. You know, DC's got to get back in their book and get back in that strategy. We do believe that Michael Fox, ooh, good right hand right there by Dupe. And that made her wobble a little bit.
Best overall performance, but we're just going at it. Big right hand there by Monier
Beautiful
Gregory.
Counter as he was coming in. We're putting pressure on that New York team, or putting pressure on the standings, because Atlanta good ability, they have ability to box, they have ability to hit hard. But we know from the outside looking in, the best ability is out, and he fights the fight he needs. He fights the fight to get the victory, and he's doing that right now for Atlanta.
Devontae Williams 13-1 as a pro. His only loss coming at the ends of Kenton Cook. 74, they are building on their lead yet again, which could be detrimental to the DC Destroyers.
Absolutely. Atlanta has won the majority of the fights tonight, and it is in Atlanta's control. DC is going to have to do something to turn the tide.
There's a reason why the Atlanta Attack are among top 2 teams of Team Combat League. We have 6 teams with this opening season. We will expand to 12 teams. Big right hand!
Big right hand!
Devon Nicholson!
And that is not what DC needs.
My goodness!
An opportunity that he's doing the best he can for Team Atlanta, and that's why Atlanta's in the driver's seat. You can hear them on Atlanta's team wanting him to go for this finish.
That knockdown. That overhand right, it affected the equilibrium down.
Yeah, right.
Nicholson. It was
And I
right.
can't even say that it was behind the ear. Maybe it was on top of the ear. Literally, if he hit the clip of the ear, he might have caught.
We have Nehemiah Jones and Nasheed Smith here in the light heavyweight division. Jones for Atlanta, Smith for DC. But this is huge instantly.
Yes, and almost gave him a 10-7 round. You know, Nasheed Smith is going to have to do what he can to keep Jones off of him. Atlanta is feeling invincible. You know, if we've heard that song, I Feel Invincible, that's how they're coming out and looking right now.
Well, Atlanta certainly, both teams have been on win.
That 1-2-3 off at will, that jab cross hook off at will. There's the cross, an uppercut there. I mean, he's just going at it, and he's feeling good about himself because he's letting his arms go with reckless abandon.
And echoing left by Nasheed Smith. He's
body work. This is phone booth boxing. This is the grind. This is the dirty. This is the ugly. This is the good and bad about close range fighting right here.
Nasheed Smith is just wailing away. He's whacking Nehemiah Jones at will.
Head pops up, whack him by Nasheed Smith. It's a good look for Nasheed Smith, and trying to get that momentum back for DC. This could play visual once you get that good look for the judges. You know, the last 30 seconds, you can having that strategy to just, you know, walk away with the win and maybe not try to 10-7 the guy is maybe what's on his mind right now.
So Devontae Williams with the knockdown over of that of Devon Nicholson, 86-82, the lead for Atlanta. That'll end the round likely Thursday with us here on the TCL YouTube page. Big right hand to start off for Rockman Jr. Rockman Jr. Alexander Flores out of the lineup for LA. You got the addition of Greg Hardy for Dallas last week. Good right to the body there.
Yeah, it was a good
by Rockman Jr.
Good punches by Rockman. He's stepping in a little bit too deep.
Atlanta with the lead, but likely it'll be just a 2-point lead for Atlanta. As we talked about DC stringing together wins, well, they've done so with Nasheed Smith, and now the Berlowy, Fiva, and Dupe Akinola matching up.
Love to see these two matchups because both of them won last round. As we have in the men's division, gives them that sense of, okay, maybe a smaller, not the biggest fill-out process, but definitely a smaller, longer fill-out process. When it's 2 minutes, it's all action, no breaks, one way, and it is just all TCL. So you got to be the best in 2 minutes, no matter what's going on.
Both fighters, they need to focus on punching into the body so they could, like, you know, keep their opponent still, and then they work from the body and then go right to the top.
Fiva pounding away on the body, Amir, as you said.
As she does. That is Atlanta style already. This is the second time we've seen Fiva come out there, Williams to come out and do what he's already done. Be who you've already been. Be that momentum shifter, that game changer that you've been. And you have an opponent that may allow you to do that. So we're looking for DC.
And you're back within 2 points. You're within striking distance, but you cannot fully go ahead and tie the matchup up. Doubleheader, LA and Las Vegas, both teams needing wins. Good left hook to the body by Quincy Williams.
And Williams is aggressive, man. You know, when you have that kind of power and that kind of skill, you really just want to see what the minutes hold for you. See what the opportunities hold.
So Atlanta's on top, 114-111.
Wow, that's
Quincy
a good
Williams.
punch combination right there by Williams, as you were about to say. He is feeling himself.
But again, Quincy Williams being the superstar that he has been for DC tonight.
Representation for DC as they're looking to be in that playoff spot.
If there was an MVP for a team, Quincy Williams is certainly that for DC.
Would have loved to see Davis tonight as well. Another guy in, you know, unlike what we did at Penn State, you had to know and turn in your lineup. Here with the TCL, you can maneuver it as it is, and you can, you know, see the matchup, see how it's going, and maybe get your guy Dixon in on, you know, a Williams and try to get this victory out of for your team.
Devontae Williams, Casey Dixon matching up.
And the moment is right there for him to grab. If he can go get it, if he can go see the blood in the water, he can possibly do what Williams did and grab that victory for his team.
Right now it's sort of a chess match, but now they're letting their hands on. Right when I said that, they turned it up.
Good counter right hand by Devontae Williams against the ropes. It wasn't much, but it definitely backed up Dixon and got his attention.
We have witnessed here tonight.
Yeah, with 2 rounds left, Atlanta's got to do what they got to do to get back into this fight. I mean, DC, my fault. DC's got to do what they got to do to get back in this fight. And I believe Hunter wants a 10-8 or 10-7 out of his fighter right now, because that's what they're going to need to be in the playoffs. One of these moments, one of those trades are not going to go in favor of both of these guys. Right now, they're going in favor of both fighters, and they're trading and both landing. But one of these times, one of these guys is going to trade, and he's not going to get what he's looking for out of that right there. Dixon and him traded. There goes the trade that we're talking about. And one guy getting the better out of the two.
And that'll end Williams for Atlanta. A young budding superstar, Michael Dawson.
Great combination from the start.
Yeah, so I have an understanding that Michael Dawson is probably going to pick Kobe Abridi apart. Only because I've been watching Michael Dawson and his clever skills and technique. Now tonight, Davis, which was my favorite opponent, my favorite boxer in TCL, came up to me and said, "Bubba, I was trying to put on a show for you tonight, had a great opponent, and I just won't be able to do it." So we have Kobe Abridi picking up the slack for Davis, but Dawson is definitely a game opponent.
Dawson, every combination, he at least lands 2 clean punches.
Skill versus Dawson and Davis.
Michael Dawson has been superb all season long. He continues to do that. There's a left upstairs, beautiful chopping left.
Absolutely,
by Michael
young
Dawson.
and smart. You can tell that he's beyond his years. You know, he's got that young middle school kid face, but he is beyond his years with these punches and his intelligence. I mean, just peppering that jab, and jab his way into a victory.
All right, so Atlanta's on top, 151-150. Guys, we got a 1-point edge, but if you are Atlanta, you're feeling supremely confident with Michael Dawson being in that ring.
Think about Dawson. He has great timing. He's throwing a lot of punches, and he's
Atlanta, but I would be comfortable if I was Team DC with the type of pressure that Brady brings. Brady might lose 2.5 minutes. But in that last 30 seconds, I think Kobia Breedy gives you that hit and not get hit type of atmosphere because the guy last round against a good, skilled Michael Fox.
Yeah, because at the end of the day, the judges, they all have their criteria on what they judge by. So, every judge has their different criteria, so you never really know how the fight's judged.
Michael Dawson, Atlanta. Nasheed Smith for DC. I got to tell you, Nasheed Smith really performed well when he competed in that 10th round.
It's a good ending for DC. Even though he got hooked with a mean right hook, Nasheed Smith looked really good in this last round, and he's being overwhelmed right now, but he's got to find his base, and he's got to find himself in the next 2.5 minutes because DC needs it.
Right away, Frankie Solomon. We now are into the final 2 minutes plus of this matchup between the Atlanta Attack and the DC Destroyers. Atlanta 4-1 on the season. For DC, they are 2-2 on
this round within the last 1:30 because Frankie Solomon may not be statistically winning with the punches or timing, but he looks better in this last minute.
Yeah, at the end of the day.
5-1.
Yeah.
If you're DC,
great body shot.
Hook,
great body
hook.
Good.
By Nasheed Smith.
Left hook to the body, right hook to the face, body, head, and he's looking to do what he's been doing, and that's win the round dominant in fashion. Like we said, in the first 2 minutes, and he's got Solomon on his back foot, and that's going to look good for the judges in this last round. Big left hand right there, and it looks like Solomon just wants to hold it to a draw.
Nasheed Smith had Frankie Solomon
Good
hurt.
left hand right there again.
This could be an even round, so at the 10-second mark, they just got to bring everything they have to steal it.
Who's going to stand in there?
Big right hook.
Who's going to stand?
Frankie Solomon hurt.
Beautiful round ender right there by both opponents.
Ladies and gentlemen, after completing the first half of our doubleheader Week 7 of Team Combat League between Atlanta and DC, here is your final score. We have Atlanta 170, DC 169. Atlanta 5-1. They now take sole possession of first place in Team Combat League. DC will fall to 2-3 on the season.